With all the uncertainty around a sequel to The Last Witch Hunter, it's understandable why so many have wondered whether The Last Witch Hunter 2 will happen. The original was a fun but forgettable fantasy adventure that suffered from poor reviews, which brings into question the potential for Vin Diesel to return for more. Given Vin Diesel's long-running success with the Fast and Furious franchise, it's hard to imagine a time when he was reluctant to make sequels. He passed on both Too Fast, Too Furious and X62 to work on other projects, although it was his return in 2009's Fast and Furious that boosted his career to a new level. Diesel has starred in every Fast and Furious entry since, with his most recent Fast X released in May 2023. Diesel also came back for Riddick and 2017's X6, the return of Xander Cage as part of his career trend as a major blockbuster franchise leading man. The Last Witch Hunter was intended to be another potential movie series for the action star in which he plays an immortal hunter tracking down witches in modern-day New York. However, The Last Witch Hunter suffered a lukewarm box office release, which put the sequel in doubt. While Vin Diesel had already gotten fans excited about The Last Witch Hunter 2 with posts on social media about the movie, someone new has opened up, and it is shocking. Lionsgate has said The Last Witch Hunter 2 is in active development, and Michael Caine is coming out of retirement for the movie. Michael Caine, 92, had retired from acting, and his last movie role was in the 2023 release, The Great Escaper. Caine announced his retirement from acting in October 2023, when he said he wouldn't likely get any more leading roles and didn't want to play only 90-year-old men. It seems shocking that the movie that brings him back is a sequel to a Vin Diesel fantasy film with an 18% Rotten Tomatoes score. However, Lionsgate touts that it has become a fan favorite, thanks to Netflix, where The Last Witch Hunter has constantly trended in the most-watched categories. Diesel will be back as Calder, the Witch Hunter, while Caine will once again play the 36th Dolan, the latest in a long line of priests who aid him in his battles. At the end of the first movie, the 36th Dolan agrees to forego his retirement to stay by Calder's side. With nearly a decade passing since the first movie's debut, the previous news saw Vin Diesel tease the development of The Last Witch Hunter 2. In a nostalgic post on his official Instagram page, the action star posted a throwback photo of himself as Calder, and even included a cryptic quote suggesting more was on the way. Since the film premiered in 2015, Vin Diesel has been the biggest champion of its sequel, and his post regarding The Last Witch Hunter 2 seemingly confirmed the movie was in development. While that was exciting news, the Lionsgate announcement that Diesel and Caine are returning was surprising. Movie and TV projects are developed all the time that never get made, and The Last Witch Hunter 2 had a lot of strikes against it. Though Diesel is a bona fide box office draw, sequels are rarely made to movies that flop both critically and commercially. The 2015 fantasy film left off on a positive note, and the bulk of the main cast could return. Vin Diesel's return as Calder is a certainty. The only way a sequel could succeed would be through the name recognition of Diesel, and his portrayal of the eponymous witch hunter was one of the first movie's saving graces. Michael Caine's Dolan 36th and Rose Leslie's Chloe agreed to team up with Calder at the end of the film, and at least Caine is returning. However, other cast members are less certain and have not revealed much. Julie Engelbrecht's Witch Queen was teased to still be living when her heartbeat was heard among Calder's weapons. The Last Witch Hunter 2 should continue to follow the saga of Calder, while also expanding the fictional universe with the implementation of additional characters and backstory. The biggest question that would need to be answered from the original movie is whether Calder would finally become successful in killing the Witch Queen. If this were to happen, he would finally get revenge for the curse that the Witch Queen placed on him, in which he was forced to experience the infinite loss of his wife and daughter. In turn, Calder would also be giving up his immortality. The Last Witch Hunter revealed Calder would die if the Queen's heart stopped beating.